As it currently stands, I am going back to college tomorrow for the next half of my semester, the spring. And with that, I just don't know what will happen. I know it will be filled a lot more with what I like, with the courses I want to take more over than the courses that I'm forced to take, since I did have pretty much a heavy hand in, well, picking what I need to do for my major. It's still not to say that everything is still sunshine and rainbows, we'll say it like that. There's still challenges within it, and the thoughts of last semester still plague me. They remind me of how rough it was, how I wouldn't even have time for myself, how I wouldn't have time for anything that I wanted. When they say we're college students, they show on TV that we go to parties, we stay up late, get drunk, go pass out somewheres by a park bench. Something like that. The thing they don't show is the overachievers. The people who want to do the very best they can, not for their grades, but for themselves. To challenge themselves to see what they are capable of, how much endurance it will take to simply just get through 1 year of college. And that's what the battle is with me. Because I would love to have I don't so much even care having a social life at school. I just want to be able to do the hobbies I like. Read the things I like to read without getting, well, overburdened by my courses, which is kind of hard. But even just simply doing the things I like driving, as might be evident from a lot of the car images I use throughout these recordings. The main thing is, I just remember being always busy. There wasn't a time when I felt I could ever just effectively get up and just do something I want. It was a pleasure, a privilege to even be able to go to Walmart, something that in my senior year of high school would have been maybe once or twice a day, not day, but week sort of ordeal. It's just that we don't have time as college students to do it. And it just makes me wonder more and more how people with jobs, with internships, manage to balance it with their studies. Because I'll admit, every weekend was spent studying. Every break was spent doing studying and projects for like the 6 days I got. We don't get much time as it stands, and last time I never was able to do anything but study during those breaks. It just seems so contradictory that you give us so much work so close to or on our breaks, but we're made to be self reliant at this time, to go through the world ourselves, have troubles, but never really vocalize them because we know that everyone else are having the same problems. Maybe not intellectually, but either they are significantly suffering with their grades or they're spending all their time doing their grades. For many of us, there are so many our size that I probably am not even thinking about or don't even know yet because I am still so new to this college thing. I'm happy that I'm having more of what I love put into my education. But at the same time, some are challenges that, in particular, I face is the effectively clustering of my courses. Every single day, it's back to back courses. And when you have to go from a fairly large campus, from the longest side of the campus to the very furthest building, it's not fun. It's not fun to have to rush, even though it sounds like a lot of time, 15 minutes. In reality, when you have to deal with snow, bad weather, and just the overall over communication that the teachers go through, trying to get you every little ounce of time left that they can manage, it's not fun having to walk through all that and perhaps even being late to class. I realize with this time around, though, it's going to be a little more taxing in the sense that I'm going to have to be a lot more vocal because of my major and a lot of the courses I am taking. I'm going to have to be around a lot more people, which for me, being very much a loner for, I want to say now, five, 5 going on 6 years with my education, that's not a good way to go about it. When you have to get to know these people on a very deep level for a project, it's not great when you're not great at vocalizing what needs to be vocalized in order to succeed. I once heard that effectively, when we're in public, we are actors, playing the role and acting the way we need to get, well, the right reactions, the right energies, the right things we need to do in order to succeed out in public. No matter if that's projecting an ounce of strength, discipline, calmness in the face of adversity, or extreme hostility to someone who might be trying to hurt you. We play the role we need to. If I had to say the real version of me, it's a little more like what I sound like in this recording. Sometimes calm, but also a little bit worried for the future, even with sometimes a calmer voice. I'm trying, and I will try to the very end my best. But it's not to say that that will always be enough. That's always the same with college and with any education. There will be things that you're not good at, things that will overwhelm you, and you might not be able to do to a very good degree, despite it maybe being a bigger part of what you need to for your future. I'm trying to think where I really didn't. There we go. Physically, I am not the best. I never really took part in sports, and even when I did, I was never the best at them. I often sing about how we work our bodies in two sorts of ways. We can either use it physically or we can use it intellectually, using the mind or, well, the hands, the feet, the body's motions for jobs, for simply finding value, providing value for people and for money. I choose that mind mainly due to I find it lasts a little bit more than the body. But that's not to say that the mind doesn't deteriorate. Constant stress, constant overstimulation can constantly damage your mind. That's why it's not so great when you're just constantly facing adversity in your college life. no free time, not honestly seeing people, closing yourself off, and things like that. I also took an intro to business course back in my high school. And one of the main things I set out to do in that class, and that was told to me from the very start, was that you're gonna have to speak. You're gonna have to public speak. And so many people, either on the first few days of class or in the middle of the semester, actually got rid of the class because of that. I stayed around to the end. And as a result, I'm a business major because of that. Thank you, Mrs. Witter, for doing that for me. Doubt she would ever hear this, but I thank her greatly, and I even debated at the time, even just simply emailing her before my account got deleted. Thank you. And thank you for teaching me this. Thank you for providing me this knowledge. Because you are the reason why I am where I am now. I'm studying the things I am now. Why, honestly, I enjoy the business world. But I'm finding ways to integrate other parts of me, other things that I've had suppressed for a very long time, as well with this coming semester. For me, that is my love of the psychological and finding more sociability. Now, I didn't take Psychology 101, but part of that will be addressed, such as verbal and nonverbal communication, which I actually did a project on, and I am very glad I did it last semester in my paragraph writing class, or paragraph writing class, whatever you want to call it. And that will be in my public speaking class that I'm currently taking. Also, some other things that I've kept suppressed was my love for music. I haven't taken a music class, probably a true like music class, probably since elementary school, and haven't been in chorus since seventh grade. Really, I love the music so much, and to finally be able to get a little bit of that back, I like it. I like coming back to it. It's I've already looked at the course agenda for this whole entire semester. It's not exactly inherently great what I have to do in the class, but I'm just hoping it will ease the tension between all the other things I have to do and the compactness that I'll have for it. I'm simply hoping that everything will be alright, because I know things will be rough in some sort of way. Maybe not in the sense that I'm doing multiple projects all at once. Maybe not in the sense that I have mountains of homework, although I do think that's going to be more of the case this time around. Last time I had more projects and tests regularly. This one, I think I'm just going to have a lot of weekly assignments, moreover, and a lot more public speaking, agendas, things than tests, which does not really enthrall me. Like one class, yes, but I think in total I'll have three different classes where I actually have to get up there and, well, speak. I just wonder how it will go. Let this recording serve as that. My final thoughts from a free man from winter vacation to one who's probably overburdened with work the next day. Thank you for listening, and I hope to myself that this will find comfort if you ever come back to it.